What's up, YouTube? I know it's been a while since I made a video. Life has been lifing. Starting a new business has been keeping me busy, and I haven't really been able to shoot any content. I do appreciate everybody getting on here and subscribing and so on and so forth to my channel. And I'm sorry I haven't made too much content, but I just want to give everybody an update and just let everybody kind of see what's been going on since I really haven't shot any videos. I've turned off the pumps so they'll cut down the water flow in this system a little bit. Again, this is my SPS Red Sea Reefer 350 G2, and this tank right here is, I think it's probably right at 5.5, 6 years old, probably around 6 years old now. So I've had it for a while, and as you can see right now, everything is on cruise control. If you've been watching a lot of my videos, I don't dose anything. The only thing I dose in here is Alpha Reef, and that is the only additive that goes inside of this tank. Now, I have made some changes on this system because, as you can see, if you look at let's see if I can zoom in on some of my coral. You can look at some of the colors. A lot of the colors now got a little bit more richer. The red, it shows pretty good. Same thing with the greens down here. But the issue I was having with the system was I was stripping out too much of my nutrients in this system with the protein skimmer. So now I have not been running the protein skimmer for about 2 weeks now. And what I'm seeing, since I haven't been running the protein skimmer, is a lot of coral that wasn't doing anything are now starting to explode, which I already know. I was checking my parameters and they were off a little bit. But not that much, but I just think that the little bit of nutrients that it was stripping out was causing the coral to not do anything. But you can look at this one. So if you look at my previous videos, this piece of coral right here has been sitting here for years not doing anything. But now if you look at it right here, you see all those little small coral nodes popping up off of there? Starting to just shoot out. And a lot of my pieces are like that. A lot of them are like that. Same thing with this one here. Let me zoom in on this one. You see all the little white tips on there growing out? And a lot of this growth is new on these pieces that I'm zooming in on. It's new growth. So it's not nothing that's been in there, but I've noticed it. And if you look at the color on this one, if you can look at see if I point my finger, if you look at the color of this part of the coral versus the back side, you see how it's a little bit darker. But now this front part was darker at first. It was just like that part in the back. But now since I have been running the protein skimmer, all of my colors are starting to just come back and pop. So again, just kind of going through, showing everybody, giving you a quick update, kind of see what's going on. Let me zoom in a little bit more, the way you can check the colors out on a lot of my pieces. This is the evening part of the day, so I'm going to show you my other system in a minute because the lights are going to start going down in a minute. So I want to make sure I do that, but I want to make sure I get this view of this. Now back here, this little piece is doing pretty good. It's a piece of rock that I had glued to the back of the wall by magnet, and it just went down a little bit or whatever. I can lift it up, but that piece is completely removable, and it's just got coral just all over it. I just think that's pretty cool. I like it. Look at the back side right here. This side through there. But everything looks to be doing pretty good. Oh, no, we do have, so let me zoom in on this piece. This is a red dragon right here. So if you can look at it, right? You see how the pigmentation on it is just completely gone towards the top of the coral, and toward the bottom it's slowly starting to come back. I don't really know what was going on with this piece of coral, but if you look around everything else, so this is something to kind of, I'm giving you a free nugget here. If you look around that piece of coral is not doing so good, but then you see the pieces around it, the pieces of the coral that around it are still doing good, and even around the tank, everything is still doing good. What you don't want to do is have a knee-jerk reaction and adjust your entire system to this. I'm gonna let this alone, I'm gonna let this be, and this is gonna figure itself out. If it regrows on itself, that's great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. But I'm not gonna do anything and make a knee-jerk reaction on my system and change anything up on everything. See, if you look at everything in the whole, everything else is doing good, except this one little piece right here. That one piece is not concerning to me. I'm I'm upset that it's not really doing that great, but sometimes these pieces of coil will recover when they actually go through this type of these type of changes. See if I can zoom in on here, this part. Okay, so now I'm gonna go around to my next system, so I can let you check that out. So my other system is my Softy tank, and this one here is still doing good, as you can see. But I want to show you something super duper cool on this one. Let me see if I can zoom in. Look at that back wall. You see that red Monteporo on the back? You see how it started to plate itself off of the wall when I glued it on there about a year ago, and now it's just plating itself off of the wall and just making its own little structure. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, everything in here is doing good as well. My Softy tank is great. I am still running protein skimmer on my Softy tank because this system I run it a little bit dirtier than my SPS system. If you've been in the hobby a little bit, you kind of know what I mean when I say that terminology. Well, I'll make some more videos kind of explaining this stuff because I know somebody mentioned that they want me to kind of film a little bit more, but to be honest with you, I don't really do anything on these tanks. Everything is on cruise control. I just I put in the off reef. Whenever the off reef reservoir down here is empty, I'll top it off and fill it up. Same thing on my other system. And I top off the ATO water, and that's it. That's pretty much all I do on these systems. The one thing I can say about the off reef, I'm gonna speak on that for a minute, and I'm not, I don't sponsor off reef or anything like that. I want to make that clear, but off reef is great, and I've been using it for some years now on my systems. And I don't do any water changes or nothing. It works for me, and it's a set and forget it. But every system is not the same. But for my system, it works good. But one thing I can say about off reef, once you get it tuned in to match the alkalinity that you want it set at, you can use the off reef essentially as your alkalinity. That's what I've been doing. So you just gotta tweak it a little bit for your dosage to see if you want to get it at 7.5 alkalinity, whatever you want to have it set at, or if you just want to let it ride out to wherever you want it to be at. You can use the off reef to do that. And I think that's pretty cool. And I have put lids back on my systems because I had a couple of jumpers that jumped up out of here when I was gone throughout the day, and I really don't have time for any of that, so I just put the lids back on there. I'm not a huge fan of lids over the aquariums because it just doesn't make it look clean and sleek to me. See, I have them over this one too. But it does serve a purpose to kind of protect the fish in there, to keep them from jumping out when they get a little bit too excited and stuff. So again, this is my SPS tank update on this one. SPS Red Sea Reefer 350 G2 update on this, and also this update on my Cade Softy tank. All right, I'll make some more content soon, but again, thanks for watching.